If medics have nothing to do, that means the infantry is doing a great job.
Units of the Defense Intelligence of Ukraine are tasked with very specific, complex operations.
Everyone is trying to hunt you down.
Everyone wants to take out the medevac vehicle, knowing there are wounded inside, knowing there are medics inside.
My call sign is Ever. I'm the commander of the medical unit of the 2nd Detachment of the International Legion, under the Defense Intelligence of Ukraine.
I'm Lisa, 28 years old, and I'm a medical evacuation medic in the International Legion of the Defense Intelligence of Ukraine, Snake Medical Group.
It's Danny, and I am driver of the medical evacuation from the field. So it's Chasiv, medevac, ATVs, boats, and all other stuff that is moving.
We split our unit into different segments. It's one big group, but within it, there are people who handle medevac, some do Chasiv, others go directly into the field to retrieve the wounded from the line of contact.
A combat medic is someone who directly enters the field and is, first and foremost, a fighter, who also performs medical functions on the battlefield. Ideally, before a wounded person reaches us in medevac, they're being treated by a combat medic, someone who can both fight and repel an attack, and also give aid.
The DIU units face very specific, complex missions. I think that's no secret. Right now, we have personnel capable of entering the field, providing aid, evacuating the wounded or KIA by themselves. That allows the assault units to finish their mission. Storm the target, hold it, set up ambushes, etc.
Yeah, we did a couple of times this type of movements when we was also going out together with the infantry teams out in the field, making the CCPs out in the field, like in the bunkers or out in the trenches. It's always possible that you're gonna need to do that.
In this line of work, you constantly have to look for memorable or warm moments. From funny situations during evacuations to being lucky not to get hit by a mortar. 100% Donetsk region, Chasiv Yar. Last year, the part of summer we spent there. We were working very actively.
Yeah, Chasiv Yar was the golden hour for our team. We had plenty of job. It was like evacuations every day. From one side, it's pretty bad that soldiers was wounded, but from other side, it was a good experience for us to evacuate them.
There was one particular task, I won't say where, but we were preparing for a multi-stage evacuation. First, we carried the wounded on foot to a certain point. Then we transported him by boat. Then an armored vehicle took over. And only after that, the medevac picked him up, and only then did he get to a hospital. We calculated that the evacuation part, if everything went well, would have taken about 4 hours.
When we reached our previous location, we ran into remote mining and an overwhelming number of FPV drones and drone-dropped explosives, all at once. Every time you didn't know what to react to first.
In the direction we're currently working, we know that an evacuation takes at least 3 to 4 hours under the best conditions. In the worst case, a wounded person might stay in the area for 1, 2, even 3 days.
The main responsibility of evacuation now falls less on the medic and more on the driver. The biggest issue is how will the vehicle get out and how many wheels will it have when it comes back.
Yes, it's kind of dangerous because everyone is trying to hunt you down. when we're doing like after action review or report, then we realize that something like that, a lot of stuff could go wrong, and then you're sitting like and thinking, oh yeah, I was pretty lucky that nothing happened.
My drivers know that if they go out on an evacuation, they will 100% hit mines. That's already normal for us. That's why now they use fully armored vehicles. For example, about 6 months ago, we evacuated soldiers from a neighboring unit with this particular car. The vehicle had just turned onto the road, hit about 10 mines on the way in and 4 or 5 more on the way out. But it held, got the people out. And all because of proper planning and analysis of the battlefield. We need to move toward unmanned systems, ground-based robotic platforms and UAVs. Why? Because we can drop off additional supplies to medics. We're already doing that, whether it's blood or other needed equipment. But evacuation will always be necessary. The task is as simple as it gets. Pick up a wounded soldier and get him to a designated point.
I believe that you're always gonna need to have the manpower, because, as example, if you use like the robotic drone to evacuate someone, it can get hit, it can get jammed by the EW, it can get like the battery, something can happen with it, and then it's gonna be the manpower who's gonna be involved into the process of the evacuation.
Because we simply don't have a choice. You can't just turn around and say, sorry, we can't. As long as guys are stuck out in the field, we have to do everything to make sure the infantry can keep fighting.